Interesting. So that's what happened to all those Nigerian princes who say that they have a bunch of money. They actually lost the ability to email. They must have ran off somewhere. All I get in my emails these days is spam, spam, spam. And no, I do not need an invitation to go to the Nardo gym. God, I'm already skinny enough as it already is. Oh, hi there! It's Dr. Detroit here, the doctor is in. Today I figured we'd kind of kick back a little bit after a busy film schedule from doing the Traveling Nardo and things like that, and I'm just catching up on a few news articles that I may have missed, all while drinking a Nardo's favorite drink, a little bit of Tonfa, or also in this case, Fanta. Okay, let's read the first news article. Let's see what we got here. Okay, this comes to us from MSNB Tatum. Okay, let's see what this says. Let's see, a 23-year-old girl was unalived in a hotel room? Unalived? That's murdered. Next story. Let's see. Alright. This one I can't even read because it's got nothing but dots and dashes and everything like that. Good lord. Just say the word. Just say the words. Next story. Come on, help me out here, mate. And hand, could you please help me here? Thank you. Okay, let's see if that works. Content warning. The word cookie. Oh my god. What is going on with this world these days? You know, back in the day, we always said the word. We always said all the different words that people keep trying to censor these days. In fact, I remember a time when in the news you would see the words like murder, killed, raped for that matter. But nowadays everybody feels the need to censor it. And then they have to censor innocent words like cookie or dog or cat, or even the color blue, or even the color indigo. You know, I've also seen it many times on many YouTube channels and also many TikTok channels. In fact, TikTok is probably the absolute worst. I mean, the worst when it comes to stuff like this. I remember when this nation wasn't so, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Wasn't so triggered by everything. Because you know what? There's a bunch of articles and video things that have content warnings these days, and they also are censoring every single word, and now they're starting to actually censor even the not so, I mean even the other words that are really not so dirty. It's an absolute crying shame. And I'm seeing it more and more and more on a lot of different VRchat videos, as well as also on more videos like on places like Facebook and TikTok. So this video is going to tackle a few things, and this is going to be a VRchat 101 because I really think we need to do this. So we're going to make a VRchat 101 segment in a little thing I like to call Just Say the Word. Roll the intro. Actually, wait. I have the intro right here on my laptop. So all I gotta do is just punch it up here really quick. And okay, now I'll roll the intro. Words. You know, there are many different words out there that are, some of them are actually pretty good. Some of them are bad, and some of them, not so much. The thing is, though, is that we grew up, as, 90s kids, and even some 2000s kids, we learned which words were good, which words were bad, and which ones, were kind of like in between and everything like that. Oh, yeah, let me just get rid of this wood. Don't worry, this is not morning wood. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna have to repair that afterwards. But here's the thing, though. We were taught at an early age about different words and things like that. And when we read books, when we watch television and we read the subtitles at the bottom, or maybe we read the subtitles on like a cutscene from a video game, words are everywhere. And there's also a phrase that we learned way back in time, like even as early as preschool and kindergarten. And that phrase is the following: "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words cannot harm me." That still holds true to this day. But it seems that the communities of TikTok, X, formerly Twitter, Facebook, and now VRchat have been taking on this whole thing because, you know what? There seems to be this stigma, not a sigma, but a stigma, where people just think that censoring almost every single word just because you have a problem with it is going to be some sort of earth-shattering, earth-changing idea. The fact of the matter is, you're making yourself look absolutely dumb. Okay? Now, some words we do censor, because, well, they need to be censored. But there's a handful of words out there that you don't need to censor, okay? In fact, there's several bad words that, okay, we can probably censor, but people go about censoring even the simplest of words. So, let's go to my trusty red board over there, and I will show you what I mean. Here we go. As you can see here, I've compiled a small list of the words that we censor, and also the ones that don't need censoring. Now, I'm going to say this really quickly here. A lot of these words you probably have seen, or even heard like in a movie or a video game or something like that. But I'm here to tell you that most of these words behind me don't need censoring whatsoever. But sometimes they do. But let me show you basically the words that do need to be censored, okay? So these are the ones that do need to be censored. Especially like if you're doing something specific in a video. So, as we come over here to the censored list, as you can see we have fuck, ass, shit, pussy, titties, cock, and sucker. Yes, I said those words. Because I am not I'm not that. Now let's kind of break these down a little bit and explain why these end up getting censored. All these words are mainly considered like the R-rated words, but we have seen or, referred to them at some point in time. Let's start with this word, fuck. Fuck has been used in a lot of rated R movies, and here comes the interesting thing. Did you know that for a movie to stay in the PG category and not go to PG-13, they can have 2 instances of the word fuck before it becomes a PG-13 movie, which is actually pretty interesting. Now, of course, fuck, we all should know this. It's basically another word for making out, making love, making whoopee. Whoopee is actually making whoopee is actually a 1970s term that has actually fallen out of fashion. In fact, it was the game show buzzword for, doing it in the bedroom. If you want to hear it in action, watch Family Feud, Match Game, and the Newlywed Game. Those were the moments. Alright, next up here is the word ass. Ass is one of those words that, well, let's just put it this way. Everybody has used it at some point in their lives, okay? Like, you know what, for example, let's go ahead and bring Mr. Foxy over here. Here's my beautiful little guy. Mr. Foxy is actually who sits at the piano back there in all my shots. You know, he's a cute little guy. But then when you basically point this thing at the camera, you know, most people are gonna be like, oh, look, it's a butt. While some people will say, ooh, that's an ass. Or sometimes, that ass. It just depends on, you know, what it is. But here's the other thing. Ass is used quite often. Actually, let me put you back up here on the shelf. Back here, right here, where your piano is, because you always look so cute when you're right there by a piano. Okay. Ass is even used by the Game Grumps, and you don't see them censoring fuck or ass. Now, ass, unfortunately, is used in a lot of video games, even the ones that are like geared towards kids, including the ones like Fortnite and even Team Fortress 2. Team Fortress 2 has this, because, you know, people have actually said it in there. But ass is one of those words that we do tend to censor, or we just use the other version of it, which is just simply butt. Then moving down the list, we have shit. Shit, and shite have been used in almost every video and every content that you can actually find. In fact, some people can't even stop saying the word shit. Like, have you seen any other critics or anything like that who have actually gone one day without saying the S word? I'll tell you, it's crazy out there. And you know what? Most game review channels and other things will call something shitty, or, you know, they'll shit on something, or they will shit their pants, shit this, shit. See? I'm saying all these words, and you out there watching this video right now, you're actually laughing, I think. But if you're really somebody who seems to think that these words are extremely bad, then, they are bad. But words don't hurt you. By the way, too, future me, put a little boop the snoof caption right there. Moving on, the next word is pussy. Now, pussy. Pussy cat. That's right, pussy willow. Pussy galore. Pussy, unfortunately, has gotten a really weird connotation back in the because back in the day, pussy meant to be pussy cat. Like the way that Tweety Bird always said things. I thought I saw a pussycat. Or no, excuse me. I thought I saw a ponytat. And pussycat was always used. In fact, there's even a Tom Jones song that has it in the title. Future me, play What's New Pussycat now.
What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's new, pussycat? Whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay, that's enough. I could listen to Tom Jones all day if I wanted to. However, pussy, we kind of now know as basically two different connotations. I used one of them earlier when I said that if these words hurt you, you're a pussy, meaning that you're kind of a wuss, you're kind of dull. But also, pussy means, how can I put this? It also means, down below, if you're a woman. Okay? So it means down below if you are a woman. If you're a dude like me, you kind of know the actual word. Next up, we have tits, titties, tatas. Ooh. Tits we often say for, you know, the breasts and everything, and those little nipples. In fact, that's what a lot of us dudes, as well as also some females, call those little things. They're just called tits or titties, baby. In fact, here's the funny thing. George Carlin did a great bit many years ago called The 7 Words That You Cannot Say on Television, and tits was one of them. In fact, I remember him saying that it sounded like a snack food. New Nabisco tits! God, every time I say the word tits, it's a little bit different. Now, you don't really see people saying the word tits very much these days, because they end up just saying, boobs, or sometimes knockers, or, watermelons or something like that. But again, tits ends up getting censored quite a lot. And for that one, I guess that's okay to censor, but you be the judge on that one. And last but not least, you will see that we have the 2 words here, cock and sucker. Sucker? Sucker? Sucker's not a bad word. It's just a little bit suggestive as hell, according to George Carlin. But sucker isn't dirty. Because you know what? The thing is, too, is that, sucker could mean like those lollipops you used to get from the doctor's office or like the dentist place after they just cleaned your teeth. Yeah. Ugh. Oh. Why did it say it tastes like cherry? Why does it say that it's a cherry red pen and it doesn't taste like cherry? One moment. Okay, we're back. So, sucker could mean the lollipop. Could also mean, a yellow-bellied sapsucker, which is a bird. But sucker isn't dirty. And cock, and the word cock, that's not dirty all the time. Because you know what? It's the connotation that you use, okay? Because here's the funny thing. The word cock, we hear a lot because... Okay, do you guys remember, when you were being taught the animal sounds? You know what a rooster sounds like? Mm-hmm. Cock-a-doodle-doo. That's right. Roosters say cock-a-doodle-doo. Also, cock also means to cock something. In other words, to basically cock a pipe a different direction, or, a painting could be a little bit cockeyed or something. And that's how we end up using that word. Also, cock is another word for a chicken. And cock is in the Bible, too. In fact, you know what? I remember the first time I actually read about a cockfight. Whoa! No. It wasn't that at all. So, cock and sucker, when you put them together to create cocksucker, in fact, the only time when the words cock and sucker should be censored is when they're actually put together. In fact, have you ever heard anybody call somebody a cocksucker? Cocksucker! It usually means bad man. It's a good woman. What are you gonna do? So, these words here usually are the ones that end up getting deleted the most. But now let's come over here to this list right here, because these are some different words that don't need censoring. And I've been seeing this way too many times. And yeah, we're basically gonna be staying here at my red board for the majority of the video. But here we go. So here, I'm just gonna read out the words for you. We have dead, die, damn, darn, suicide, and fucking. Now, let's go over these a little bit. So, first things first. Dead and die. There is this weird stigmatism in the entirety of, well, actually, you know what? Let's do this. Now that we know the censored words, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these. And I'm going to go ahead and rinse these out, since we don't need them now. There we go. Okay. So what do some people actually change the words to? Well, I mean, I am going to say this. for something like, you know, die or dead, you could say deceased, cease to live, other things. But you know what the community of TikTok and other places do, and even some admins, it seems they think that saying this is going to be good. We're keeping that in. They think this. Let's see. Is okay to say. You know what? That is really poor. Here, let me rewrite that. Don't you just love stick drift? And it makes you feel like that you had way too much coffee. Let's try it again. Anyway, the actual word that people tend to use in their stupid videos is this. Instead of dead or die, they use this stupid word, unalive. First things first, let me just say this. Using the phrase unalive is extremely stupid, okay? It is the dumbest idea ever. Just say the word dead. Say deceased. Say died. Or, you know, you could say if the person was murdered or something. But here's the thing. The second that you change the connotation and come up with this, you're going to get instantly disliked by the people who actually were brought up to not be hurt by words. Because remember when I said, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words cannot harm me. Okay? If it didn't take up the entirety of the screen, I would leave it up here so you guys would be reminded. Well, it's okay. These beans I have actually do produce words, so off this goes. There. So, when you are making your videos, for like, let's say your own VRchat videos, or maybe your own content, just, if you're going to do something and do a story on like, you know, somebody who died or, you know, is dead, just go ahead and say the word. Don't use this word. Please. Don't use unalive, okay? You're way smarter than that. Let's move on. Now, damn and darn seem to get censored a little bit too. But you know what some people end up doing? They end up censoring the words in the actual subtitles like this. So if I was to write the word damn, let's go ahead and bring back this word over here if I can get my stupid thing. So it's spelled D, and then what they do is that they do a big old dot like this, and then they'll go M, and then they'll do another dot. Now right there, it looks like they said the word domo, when it's actually damn censored. Damn doesn't need to be censored at all. Damn and darn are okay to say. Because you know what? Darn is also a lot funnier when you say it with a southern accent. Like, you know, hell to stop this thing, darn it. And damn is, you know, simple. Like you could think of King of the Hill. God damn it, Bobby. The boy just ain't right. See, that's easy. But some people actually censor this. And so what ends up happening is that they even use the audio. They even censor the audio. So you'll see it in subtitles, and instead of it saying, God damn, Bobby, the boy just ain't right, it'll come out sounding like this. God, Bobby. It'll make you think that your earbuds are out. So please, again, no need to censor that. No need to censor it. Same thing down here goes with suicide. Now, I am going to say this. I have another video coming very soon that will deal with the subject of suicide. Now, I'm going to say this really quickly. I don't want to give away too much because I know I'm going to be doing the video again very soon, but talking about suicide does make a lot of people sad. It makes a lot of people, you know, a little bit uncomfortable and everything like that. And I totally get it. But here's the weird thing though. Anytime you see a video or something that deals with a suicide, they actually came up with a very clever way to kind of disguise the word a little bit. In fact, they actually used a game's title in some of the videos I've seen. Do you know what that is? I'll give you a few seconds to figure it out while I write it out right here. Time is up, players. What do you think was the title of a game that that these people now use to talk about suicide? Nope. The answer? Sudoku. Okay. I've seen a few videos where they have that, where they have that AI voice that basically starts it off saying, users of Reddit, what made your friend commit Sudoku? And it's actually kind of clever. This is the only censorship that I feel like is actually good. So like, if you're one of the people who unfortunately can't handle the word suicide, I'm okay with somebody saying Sudoku. Because to me, that is super hilarious. But it's also very effective as well. So definitely consider doing that if you really want to censor that word. And the last one here is fucking. Now the reasoning why that I have fucking right here is because a lot of people tend to use, well, frick, and they also tend to go with what the fluffing. Now, it's okay to use for like a little joke, say like, what the fluff, or like, what the frick and everything like that. But if you're using it for every single video, anytime somebody says the F word or something else, then you're basically just overusing it, and at this point, you're not just pandering to, the mods and admins that can't even take a joke. It is absolutely ridiculous. So, with the word fucking, don't censor it, unless you absolutely have to. Now, we've been on this same shot for almost the entire video. I'm going to move into a different location of this map because now we're going to talk about the infamous content warning stuff. Because I'll tell you, many videos, tweets, posts, and other things are really starting to pop up with people saying that there's a content warning. Some of it is, legit. But a lot of it is just absolutely dumb. Anyway, be right back. But first, a message from our sponsor.
From the waves of the Pacific through the heartland USA,
From the old South to New England and towns along the way.
from the Great Lakes to the bayou,
From the mountains to the shore, we're your neighbor and you made us America's favorite store.
Kmart, the saving place.
Ah, this is the life. Oh, this is much better. This is a much better setting. Oh! Oh, hi! You're back. Okay. I guess I probably should have put something up that warned you that there was going to be a shirtless Nardo in front of you. I guess I should probably just put it up. Content warning. Partially nude Nardo. The next portion of this is another thing too that is also really aggravating. Besides just censoring words, a lot of people have been putting up content warnings on their videos. Now, content warnings are actually okay for the most part. It's only when they do the content warnings for like dumb stuff. Now, let me show you, and this time I'm going to use a little bit of help from the subtitles here, rather than my pens, because right now my pens, they need a little break. So, we all know about the different content warnings. So, something like this, content warning would be something like maybe, blood, guts, gore, depictions of war, loud sounds, or a bunch of flashing lights. Yeah, that's totally fine. That's a totally valid content warning, because you don't want to be going into a theater, it's all dark and everything, and all of a sudden, it ends up doing something like that. It's definitely unnerving. The one time for the content warning that I, cannot stand is when people put up content warning, cookies, food, talk of food, eating sounds, foxes, chance for Sonic characters to appear. Now, I totally get if somebody had a bad experience with something like, cookies or, other sorts of things, but now they're putting content warning up for even the stupidest things. Like even an innocent video of somebody filming a butterfly. I actually noticed that some people put up on their videos content warning butterflies or content warning nice things. You don't need to put up a content warning for every freaking thing, Ooh, it's getting a little steamy here. But the fact of the matter is that there are certain things that you can put content warnings up for. You can even do it as a joke. Like maybe you have a friend who probably makes gagging sounds over the smallest things. You could say content warning, gag sounds. Or maybe even content warning. One of our friends rages at Team Fortress 2 or Minecraft or Roblox or something to that effect. It just really all depends. But the thing is, people, we're all content creators. But if you're going to have, a good bit of content to put up, then you absolutely need to stop feeling like that you are a TikToker or something like that. We are all content creators, okay? You create the content you want to, and I'll create the ones I want to. In fact, when I go to see your content, I want to make sure that, you're actually saying the words, that you're not censoring stuff, you're not saying unaligned, you're not saying anything stupid or censoring anything. Because you know what? It's funnier to put the censor bleep up rather than mute the audio. Because if you just keep muting the audio, especially if there's somebody that's having a big ol' rant, it's funnier to put the censor words up rather than just simply mute the audio, because guess what happens? Muting the audio is the dumbest thing ever. It'll make you think that your earbuds or your headset is going out for some reason. And I know you spent $70 on that beautiful headset, or maybe you spent about $200 on, AirPods or something. So just make sure that you don't say those things, okay? And just make sure you don't have to censor them or anything like that. I mean, look at this video. I didn't even put up a content warning because you know what? There's nothing to worry about, because once again, and for the last time in this video, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Alright? I mean, it would be kind of stupid if, let's say that I actually put up, here, content warning, cute fox. Fluffy can actually get wet because, he's a fox, and fox love water. So, to be honest, everybody, don't go down the same pathway as a TikToker or a Facebooker, or for that matter, an Instagram person. Don't fall into that category. Just go with what you know. And if you know to say those words, then go for it. However, if you still want to censor the words, it's okay, but just don't come up with too many alternatives. Unless you're talking about suicide and you decide to go Sudoku, that's also okay too. Yeah, I know. Sometimes TikTokers and other people are just so weird. They're supposed to be called social media influencers, but instead they're actually more like social media garbage. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this VRchat 101. I hope these tips will help you out. God damn you. Let me put you right. Let me put you back here somewhere. Anyway, as I was saying, I hope that these tips and everything will help you out when it comes to making your own videos. If you guys want to see more of these, make sure you hit the like button down below. Don't forget to comment and also subscribe. And I'll see you all next time here on another episode of VRchat 101. Until then, I'm Dr. Detroit. Take care. For right now, I'm going to continue to lay back here and just enjoy my hot tub.